Hello and welcome to Full of Food. If you love chorizo, you need to try these calzone. Packed full of melting mozzarella and chunky chorizo, they are perfect served hot from the air fryer or cold the next day straight from the fridge. Please like and subscribe for more videos. All the ingredients are listed in the description. These are the bits you're going to need to make your calzone. I've got some plain flour, and then we've got some easy bake yeast, so that's the one you just put straight into the flour, and a little bit of sugar, some salt, some olive oil, and then I've got my lukewarm water there, that's at about 36 degrees Celsius. I've got a ball of mozzarella and some tomato puree, lovely chorizo, and then a red onion, some black olives, some black pepper, and a little bit of oregano. This is a really simple dough and doesn't need a lot of rising or anything. So just grab your flour, add a generous amount of salt. You want to put your sugar in, that's going to activate your yeast. And then there goes your yeast. And all you need to do is combine them together to make sure that they're nicely mixed. And then make a little well in the middle. Pop your olive oil in there and that lukewarm water. So that temperature of 36, make sure that the yeast is really happy and that they can activate. So there we go, just use a spoon to bring it together, and then I just like to grab some flour, get my hand in there, and I always try to keep one hand clean and use one hand until I've got a good ball of dough. So there we go, there's our lovely ball of dough. So what we also now need to do is chop up our onion. So I like to go quite fine on that red onion. And then the olives, I like to cut them into little chunks. We don't want too big pieces inside. And then that lovely mozzarella. So with this one, I'm just going to chop it into chunks. It will melt in there. It just means that you can evenly distribute it. And then we're going to take our chorizo. And again, I quite like this quite chunky. You can make it as big or as small as you want. You can also buy it ready cut. So what you want to do with the chorizo is just air fry that. I just pop this in the little pan. Just to release the flavours and make it go a little bit crispy. So what I've got in my bowl now is I've got my mozzarella, my onions and my olives. I've just added my oregano and my black pepper in there. And then here's my chorizo. Lovely, look at that, all bubbling. And you want to pop that into the bowl as well, with all that lovely oil that's come out, and give that a good mix. It smells amazing, and that will mix together all those beautiful oils. Make sure that your filling is going to be stunning. So flour your board. Your dough should be ready by now. It doesn't need proving, just resting for about 10 minutes. Roll it out, and you're going to cut this into circles, whatever size you want. I just use a pudding bowl here because I think that makes quite a nice size calzone. You could make mini ones, so you could use a smaller bowl or a mug, or if you've got cutters you could use those. Cut your circle, and then this is the important part, get your tomato puree, and you're going to put that all over that circle. So that means that in both sides of your calzone, when you bite into it, you've got that lovely tomato on the outside. Grab your filling and put a decent amount in, but not too much that it's going to make it burst. So then pop it to one side, and you're just going to get your pastry or pizza dough, and you're just going to pull that over. And then I'm just doing a little bit of a crimp here because I live in Cornwall and we have a lot of pasties, but you could do anything. You could use a fork, you could even just wet your finger with milk and push that down. So there we go, all that lovely filling in there. And the trick is to try and make sure there aren't any big gaps where anything can leak out. So there we go. Got my edges all nice and sealed there. And then we're just going to pop them in the air fryer. So just pop that one in, give it a good spray. I use the butterfly light, but you could use anything. And then we're going to air fry that just for about 7 minutes. You might want to keep checking it when it gets to about 4 or 5 minutes. Some people turn them over. I didn't need to turn these ones over. And there they are. Look at that. Beautiful golden calzone, and they literally only took 7 minutes to cook. So if we slice that open, you'll be able to see how those lovely fillings are distributed inside. So look, a bit of olive, the chunky chorizo, that lovely tomato around the outside, that stringy mozzarella, beautiful chunky chorizo calzone in a very short time.